What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Bullwinkle Blueprint. Hopefully, everyone's having an amazing day. Folks, it's one day away from the weekend, one day away from a payday Friday. I don't know about you, but I am excited about that. In this episode, you're not going to believe what just happened. Ripple just pulled a power move that nobody saw coming. This could be one of the most important updates of the year. Hidden Road, one of the biggest names in institutional finance, well, they just joined markets with the Global Capital Markets Alliance. And this just isn't another announcement. Folks, this is a signal, a warning shot, a blueprint for what is coming next. And if you thought Ripple was done making waves, you're not gonna want to buckle up, because what I'm about to show you, folks, it isn't just bullish, it is next level. Plus, we're talking about what's going on with crypto and the housing market. That's right. Plus, Robinhood has some pretty interesting comments on cryptocurrency. Sit back, relax. Let's jump into it, folks. If you are brand new around here, make sure you do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And also, take 2 seconds out of your listening and hit that thumbs up. You could have already done it right now, because that thumbs up button, as little as it seems, it tells YouTube to help push this content out to everyone else on the platform. That is how YouTube algorithm works. The more thumbs up, the more the channel gets pushed. Let's look at the current prices. Market's pretty flat. Look, nothing has not too much has changed from this morning, right? Everything is still within a range. Everything is still bouncing around. It's not exciting at the moment, but we know what crypto does, right? It rocks you to sleep, and when it's done rocking, it sends a freaking shockwave right to the upside, and everything starts to explode. We get a look at this piece of news. Tether just purchased 10% of Juventus. One of my soccer fans is going to kill me for saying it wrong. They're not playing around. This is a full push into real world assets. When you can print as much money as you want, like Tether does, I mean, you can technically buy anyone or anything you want, right? Nothing stopping you. Let me get this. A massive shift is incoming. If crypto gets recognized as an asset for mortgages, that's real world validation. That's demand ignition. That's a bridge from DeFi to TradeFi. Listen to this clip, and then let's talk about this.
He is the conservator of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. He just posted on X, after significant studying and in keeping with President Trump's vision to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, today I ordered the great Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to prepare their businesses to count cryptocurrency as an asset for a mortgage. Interesting, in the note, he then has a release from the FHFA, whereas cryptocurrency is an emerging asset class that may offer an opportunity to build wealth outside of the stock market and bond markets. Cryptocurrency has not typically been considered in the mortgage risk assessment process for the mortgage from mortgage loans delivered to the enterprises without converting that cryptocurrency into dollars. So he is now, this is not happening immediately, but he is directing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to prepare proposals for consideration of crypto as an asset for reserves in their respective single-family mortgage loan risk assessments. So that means that your crypto can back your mortgages. Now, this is an interesting play because there is actually a startup company called Milo, which already does this, and it's been slowly moving into the mortgage market in that way. Some people buy and sell in crypto on their own, but for Fannie and Freddie to use crypto as a backstop for their mortgages, that's...
All right, so let's talk about this for a second. This is one of those headlines that sounds super small, but changes everything. So the director of federal housing just told lenders to start counting crypto as an asset when you apply for a mortgage. I know at first glance this not might sound like a big deal, but hang on a second. Think about it. For years, people said crypto isn't real money. You can't buy a house with Bitcoin or XRP. Well, guess what? That wall is about to come down. Let me put it like this. Imagine if the money sitting in your Venmo or Cash App started counting towards your down payment. That's basically what's happening here with crypto. Suddenly, your digital wallet, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP, isn't just for trading or holding. It's actual buying power in the real world. And here's why it matters for everyone. Even if you're not into crypto, when Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac change their rules, the whole mortgage industry follows. It's like the NFL switching to digital footballs. The rest of the league can't ignore it. This move could let millions of Americans leverage assets they already own, opening the doors to home ownership for people who have been locked out. Plus, all that crypto, over $1 trillion just sitting there, could now be flowing straight into the housing market. That's huge for buyers, sellers, and even the economy. So, yeah, don't just let anyone tell you anymore that crypto is just internet money. The rules are changing right before our eyes, and honestly, it's about freaking time. Stick around because the next headline, well, it might be about someone buying a house on your block using nothing but their crypto wallet. That's right. Let me get this piece of news. Hidden Roads. Yes, that's correct. Hidden Roads, the one that Ripple acquired, joins the ICMA. That is the International Capital Market Association. What is that? Well, let's take a pit stop. Stop here for a second and take a look into it. So, Hidden Road, probably not a big household name to many of us just yet, but these guys, they're like the secret highways for the big money traders. And they just joined the International Capital Market Association, or some of you might know it as the ICMA. Now, if you're wondering what is the ICMA? I got you. Think of it like the United Nations for global finance, except all they talk about is how to move trillions of dollars more efficiently. But here's where it gets wild. The race to digitally transform the entire global capital market, well, it's officially on. Imagine the old financial system as a bunch of back roads with stop signs every single mile. Slow, bumpy, and full of paperwork. What Hidden Roads and the ICMA are working on is more like building high speed bullet trains for your money. Super sleek, zero traffic jams, and it gets to your destination instantly. You want a real life example? Something that you can really relate to understand how big this really is? It's like when Netflix replaced Blockbuster. Remember waiting in line to rent the DVD just to find out your movie was out of stock? Now you click a button, boom, instant access. That's the kind of upgrade we're about to see in the financial world. The old guard is scrambling to keep up. And the ones building these hidden roads, they're the ones to watch. So everyone else is focused on day-to-day crypto prices. Don't miss the bigger picture. The infrastructure, the pipes that move all of the world's money. They're all getting a digital makeover. And the ones leading the charge, they're quietly setting up the next financial super highway. And Ripple owns them. And RLUSD is going to be integrated as soon as the Genius Act is passed. This is absolutely massive, folks. This is what you need to be paying attention to. And then we get this. The Nasdaq proposed adding XRP to its crypto index. So the Nasdaq has officially proposed adding XRP along with Solana, Cardano, and Stellar to its Nasdaq crypto index. The NCI, via an SEC rule changing submitted on June 2nd. This index would underpin NASDAQ's hashtag crypto index US ETF ticker NCIQ. Currently, due to regulatory limits, NCIQ only holds Bitcoin and Ethereum, although the NCI itself already includes 9 different assets, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, Chainlink, Litecoin, XLM, and Uniswap. If approved by the SEC, likely by November 2nd, the NCIQ would be able to hold XRP and others directly, reducing tracking error and raising institutional exposure. Right now, the ETFs, they must closely follow their benchmark. Better tracking is going to equal more trust. Adding XRP would help bring this back into sync through the index. And this all goes back to the regulatory tailwinds. Remember, the court ruling that was been heard around the world, April 2025, when XRP was declared not to be a security. So what's the real world impact on this? Very simple. Imagine XRP getting the same spotlight as Tesla or Nvidia earn when added to major stock indices. It tends to attract new money, spur adoption, and elevate its visibility. The SEC is expected to decide this by November 2nd, so between now and then, markets will closely watch for comments, adjustment, and price ripple effects. See what I did there? Pay attention, folks. What's going on? A lot of news, a lot of moving pieces, and it just seems that Ripple and XRP is involved at every single corner. I'm going to leave it like that. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Help me grow the new channel. I will catch everyone on the next one.